Welcome guys. Welcome to today's live stream. So today we will be trading our liquidity map system. Remember guys, anyone who watches the live stream till the end will get a vacation package. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, okay guys? So right now we're waiting for this price to break down from this trend line. We're waiting for the price to break down from this trend line. We're going to wait patiently. We're going to try to be as patient as possible. We're going to try to make sure I draw that trend to the downside as best I can. This is a scenario where the price could have been 1, 2, 3, and this is a truncation and price starts to come down. So this could be a completed wave to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then price starts to come down or go into a correction. So this is what I'm going to look at. I'm thinking that price could want to continue moving down. There's also a possibility that price could want to make a bigger wave to the upside. Okay, so I'm going to watch to see what develops around this level. Are we going to break down and maybe pull back and go into correction? Or are we going to break down, correct, and then continue coming down? So let's see what's going to happen. All right, so we have price breaking down. I don't want to just jump into it at this level because my stop would be all the way up here, which would give me a high risk trade, meaning my stop would be too big. So I want to see if we're going to get some sort of correction, some sort of pullback to the upside. Even if it's to around maybe this level over here, right? Let's see if we get some sort of pullback. You see this bar on the 1 hour time frame, it is a green bar. I would prefer to see this bar go red, right? But right now, this bar, if it closes green, the odds are price could still continue pushing up, okay? So I don't really want to jump in on this green bar. What I could also do is allow the price to come down here, then bounce and give me some sort of correction, then I sell. So it doesn't matter if I don't catch the move to the downside. I could just wait for it to come down, bounce, and then take the sell to the downside. So let me try to watch and see what's going to develop here. So officially we have broken down from this uptrend. Right, so this uptrend is officially broken. All right, so let's see what's going to happen next. Let's let it develop. We want to catch a better entry. We don't want to be entering at high risk. It is 11:39, basically 11:40, which means we have about 20 minutes or so left in this hour. Okay. It is almost 12, so the price could change directions around 12 o'clock. So that's also a possibility. We could start heading to the downside right now. But I'm thinking that we should get some sort of correction where price pulls back to the upside and then starts to come down. And even if we miss this move down, I'm expecting that it's going to come down and it's still going to bounce back to the upside. And we may get a bigger correction to get a short, right? So I'm just going to watch patiently and wait for that nice opportunity to go short. Remember guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, help out the YouTube algorithm. All right, it's coming down. Let me see if we left a gap behind. No. Didn't leave a gap behind. We'll see how this one plays out. Today is Monday. Volatility is not always very strong on a Monday. As you can see, price didn't really go anywhere on the 1 hour time frame. Just look at this. It didn't really go anywhere yet. It's still in the same area. Practically back at the open price. So we could just see price range around this area, just up and down. So let's see. We kind of had this expanding diagonal formation to the downside. I think this ended this wave. So this is 1, and this is potentially 2, and this is 3, and we could be coming down, right? So even if we're coming down, it's going to come around here, bounce back, and we may look for a correction and sell off that correction, right? So that's what we're going to look at. I want to see a pullback. I want to see a pullback because I don't want to be entering so far from the high. I want to put my stop above this level, okay? Or if it pulls back and then we go down, break the low, my stop could come above this level. We're already so close to this level, I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to wait for a better entry. All right, so I'm just going to wait for a better entry. We're very close to this A zone. So I'm not gonna sell right now. I'm gonna wait. Wait for it to hit this A zone. Wait for it to pull back. We kind of missed out on this trade to the downside. So we're just going to wait patiently. If you're with me, give me a hello in the chat box. Trading is also a waiting game. You got to wait for that ideal setup. We have Larry with us. Welcome, welcome, Larry. Larry says, what currency are we trading? I am trading the US30. It's an index. Dow Jones. What do you trade, Larry? Thank you for coming to the live stream as well, Larry. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell as well. This way, whenever we have another live stream, you can be notified. Support the channel. Larry says euro dollar, US dollar. Okay. And what are you looking at on the euro dollar, US dollar, Larry? What are you looking for in the US dollar, euro dollar, US dollar pair? All right, so guys, I'm having a conversation with Larry whilst I'm waiting for price to get down to my A zone. We have Pratt with us. Welcome, welcome back, Pratt. I'm fine. How was your weekend, Pratt? We have Larry with us as well. Larry says he's looking at euro dollar, US dollar. I think Pratt asked me about this euro dollar, US dollar pair a while back, if I'm correct. Am I not correct, Pratt? And I think when you asked me about it, I think we were either around this level or we were around this level, right? No, I think it was either one of these. We were on the way down, either on the way down here or on the way down here. And I told you that you need to wait because the price will come down to around that level and then it will start going into correction, and then you have to wait again for it to pull back. So look at this pair, guys. Look at how it moves. So when you get a strong move from this pair, it goes into consolidation, it goes into correction, and look at how long this could last. Right? Let's look at it on the 1 hour time frame. Right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days of correction, which means it's an entire week, right? I look over here as well. Come down, and then we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4. So it's like you get a strong move, and then you have to wait a week to get the next strong move, right? Because it goes into correction for a week. So you guys need to be aware of that. So it's like you get a trade which will last you 1 day, and then you have to wait a week to catch the next strong move, the next strong directional move, right? If you try to trade inside of this, you could end up getting caught up. So remember that, guys. If you try to trade inside of this, it could end up damaging your account substantially. Okay, so let's look at the current price action that we have. Look at this. Price made a strong move down. Potentially, this was the correction, and potentially can't really, let me just move this. Right, so something like this, right? So this is potentially the correction, and this is potentially the next strong move to the downside, right? So at some point, this is going to slow down and go into correction again. So I'm thinking that this could end up making something that looks like this. You get 1 up, 1, 2, 3 down, and you get another move like that, and then it come down again. Okay, so that's a possibility. Okay, Larry, that's possibly what you could be getting next. Now, Larry, another way that you can know if that is potentially what you're getting, I mean, you could simply just look at the previous moves that you got. Okay, let's just measure one. This, right? So that's our approximate measurement, right? Let's take that measurement and let's look at this. See that? From the breakout, approximately the same distance, right? We have correction here. See that? Approximately the same distance, right? And then the next correction starts. See that? Approximately the same distance and the correction starts. See that? Approximately the same distance and the correction starts, right? So you could just simply use that measurement, bring it into the future, and look at this. See that? See? And what do you expect to happen now, Larry? Correction is going to start, right? So I'm going to leave this like this. This is just a way for us to have an idea what you can possibly expect. You see, a lot of traders don't understand how price action really works, right? So let me just remove my drawing tools. I'll draw this back. So I can expect maybe something maybe like this, and then price breaks down again. So I'm looking for a corrective formation. It doesn't have to look exactly like that. It could take on many different formations. Okay, so I'm going to look for a correction and then look for another strong move. All right, Larry, did that help you out? All right, so we have this bar shrinking. That's good. So what I'm looking for is a bounce. I'm looking for a bounce. I need a correction, and then I want to sell off that correction. I missed a lovely entry. Larry says, thanks. You're most welcome, Larry. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, Larry. We have Pratt says, congratulations on 100 subscribers and a lot to go ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm trying my best. I kind of did not do what I was supposed to on YouTube many years ago because I found myself working with different companies. Though I love working with these different companies, teaching their students. However, I should have done this a long time ago, where I should have brought my own value to my own subscriber base. And that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to build a subscriber base and bring you guys value, because a lot of what I do, no one else does it. Okay. Yes, I am a Elliott wave practitioner. However, I don't use the Elliott wave like the other Elliott wave practitioners anymore, right? I apply the Elliott wave to the techniques that I have created. Okay. So for example, with this liquidity map system that I'm using, what I'm looking for now, I'm looking for a corrective formation. It doesn't have to be big. It could be small. So I'm looking for a corrective formation, that I'm looking for price to break down from that corrective formation for me to sell to the next liquidity map level. Okay. And if possible, it may come down. I may hold on to the trade and allow it to make another correction and then drop down and then drop down. I may allow it to do that. Okay. So I'm just going to wait and see how it plays out. And then I'll make a decision as to what I want to do. But I missed out on this setup. Missed out big time. Pratt says, do you look for a daily bias? No, I don't really look for a daily bias. What I do is I use my liquidity map zones to tell me what the daily bias is potentially going to be. So right now, I do use trend lines as well to help me out, but I don't need to use trend lines. Well, I need to use the trend lines for the corrective formations, right? But I don't need to use the trend lines for the direction necessarily, because what is happening in the day does not necessarily have to follow within that trend. Okay, so we're pushing down. I missed out on a very powerful trade. Let me just try to get ready here. Okay. We're looking for a bounce. We're looking for a correction. We don't need to rush anything. We're just going to take our time. The market can do a lot of different things. We're just going to wait for a scenario that looks very, very high probability. 1 second. I'm just going to try to just borrow some of these labels. I missed out on a monster trade. Let's see if we get a bigger correction over here. This trade would have been my trade of the day. And I missed it. Simply just looking for a deeper correction. Price pulled back. Should have looked to snag that one here, put my stop above here, but my stop would have been a bit big, so I did not want to take such a big stop, such a big risk. I wanted to see price kind of create a correction, then try to enter, put the stop above here. That didn't play out quite well. Let's see if we get a bigger correction forming, and if we get a bigger correction forming, we could try to take advantage of that. So now we're going to have to wait a bit. You can see here we have equal lows, this low and this low, which is equal lows, which means that price could just turn all the way back. So that's a possibility as well. So this could just have been a strong move down and get a strong move back to the upside. We're going to have to give this some time to play out. But I'm thinking it's highly probable price may want to go back to the upside. We may find ourselves ranging today. Let's see how it plays out. Let me try to see if I can show you guys what I'm looking at. See, guys, we got to an area of equal lows. See that? Equal lows, this low and this low is about equal. Okay? See, equal lows. We could get a bounce right at that level. We don't want to just jump into it. We want to see price give us a proper reason to enter, because it could do all sorts of things inside of this trend line, inside of this one, and then break out to the upside. So we don't want to just jump into it because we have equal lows. We want to wait, because the price could still push to the downside. But it's highly probable it could start pushing back to the upside from this level. Okay? So let's watch and see. We're going to watch and see how this one's going to play out. I don't want to just jump in and go long just because we're here at this zone. It could just bounce, create a correction, and then drop. How deep could that correction be? We can't tell. It could be shallow. If we go down, we could be getting down to this level, right? So I want to trade down to this level, but I want to see a bigger correction first so that I have something meaningful to sell off of. I don't want to really sell off this tiny little corrective type formation. I want to see something a bit more defined. I also don't want to buy into a falling knife, right? The price is coming down. I don't want to buy into that. And then we don't get what corrective formation I'm looking for, which may be a bit deeper to the upside. And price just goes, creates a small correction and just continues coming down. We are at a very strong area here, which we could look at as most support and resistance traders would look at this and say that this is support because it's an equal low. Price did crack it, so it could also be looked at as a liquidity grab. We have traders who look at this as a liquidity grab. Some of them are ICT traders who are looking at this as a liquidity grab when price breaks the low. My liquidity zones are areas where the price grabs liquidity as well. So this may very well be a liquidity grab to support what the ICT guys talk about. My zone lines up with their methodology, I guess, of what a liquidity grab looks like. Whatever wave is going to come here, it's going to be a corrective wave, but it may be a little bit more on the impulsive side to the upside, right? I don't know if this is going to be a corrective formation. I can't tell ahead of time what type of corrective formation it's going to be just yet. There are so many variations that can possibly come. So far, it looks like we're getting a flat ABC correction here of this push to the upside. This is ABC to the downside. So it looks like they may possibly want to go long. But even if I jump in and I go long, I don't know how deep this wave is going to be. I have an idea how deep this wave can possibly be, right? This wave could come. Let me just make this a little smaller. Right? Let's draw this in. So this wave could be like this and go back like this and then come down, right? So that's a possibility. And the market makers know that a lot of traders are looking for that. Okay, so this is like according to the Elliott wave theory, right? So a lot of traders are looking for that type of setup. And because a lot of traders are looking for that type of setup, the market makers are going to watch to see how these entries come in, right? So based on how these entries come in, that's how they're going to make their decision as to whether they go up or whether they go down. So far, to me, it does not look like they want to go up. So I'm going to wait, see if I can track this correction. Right now, they're going to probably make traders think that they want to go down as well, right? But then they're just going to accumulate buyers and sellers by doing something that looks more like this. Right? And then maybe they come down. Get to this C level, maybe do something like this again, and then come down to the D. So I'm just going to watch patiently. I'm not going to be too hasty. All right, so we broke down. And we're getting to the C zone. I really missed out on this one, guys. Not this trade, but the main trade from this level. This trade. I missed out on this trade when it broke down from this trend line. Missed out. Monstrosity of a move to the downside. I would have held it around this level to see what would happen if it starts to pull back. If not, it broke down aggressively. Would have probably held it here again to see what would develop. Then it broke down again to the C zone. Now at the C zone, we can watch to see what's going to happen next. Are we going to get a bigger corrective formation? We did break below, so that's grabbing liquidity. We are at another level of liquidity. So are they going to push this back to the upside, creating a bigger corrective formation? Or are they just going to continue dropping? We're going to watch and see. If you're with me, give me a hello in the chat box. That move to the upside is still possible, guys. This move to come back to the downside is still possible. Even a move coming back to this level before coming back down is still possible. So far at A zone, we did not get a big correction. B zone, we did not get a big correction. We're at the C zone now. Let's see if we get a big correction. Let's see if we get a bigger correction to continue moving down. Getting that bigger correction. Told you guys this is something that was expected. I'm gonna just do some cleaning up. Okay, so it's 1911. Okay, 1911. All right, so we're looking at getting potentially a bigger correction, or this is going to be a reversal, maybe temporary reversal to the downside. But this move to the upside, if it's going to become bigger, it is still a corrective wave. It is still going to be part of a bigger correction. Okay, so if we're going to trade this one, it is going to be a bit on the tricky side. So we're going to watch this one carefully. Let's see if this one is going to build a corrective formation to get down to this level. If we hit this A zone, we could still come down to maybe not this level, but it's going to restart our liquidity map count. Okay, so we could actually go deeper to the downside if we come here and reject. So let's see what is built here. If this is a deeper corrective formation to this level, I trend it and we break down, we will sell, put the stops above, and try to get down to the next levels to the downside. It is still kind of early, so we do have potential to get a bigger move to the downside if they're going to cancel this move up. So remember what I was trying to show you guys. I showed you guys that we have this potential move. We're getting this move down. So this could just be 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay. And if that's 1, 2, 3 like that, we could be getting one more move to the upside like this. Okay. Before we come back to the downside. All right. So that's possible. Let me try to show you guys why. Let me just make this a little, oops. Let's make this a little smaller. Right? This is a little small. I'm just trying to make use of the window that I have. So we have one up, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's one wave up. 1, 2, 3, one wave down. Potentially 1, 2, 3 up, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and then we come down again. Okay, so this is potentially going to be, could be the start of a move up. If it fails, we could be coming right down again. Okay, so we're going to watch to see what we are potentially getting. So I'm going to watch this carefully. Let it develop into something that is actionable. I already missed my big trade for the day. Okay? Simply just trying to reduce my risk. I ended up missing this monster of a move. Should have just entered it with a smaller lot size. But no biggie. There'll be many more opportunities like this. We just need to take our time and be patient. Price pushing down again. We'll watch, we'll see what develops. Is it going to be a correction, or is it going to be more of an impulse to the upside? It's pulling back. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like the video, help out the YouTube algorithm. Anyone who's with me at the end of the live stream, you will get a vacation package. If you're with me, let me know in the chat box. Feel free to ask your questions. Any question is okay, no matter the method. We're going to have to wait a little bit, let this wave develop. Who's with me right now? If you're with me, just give me a hello in the chat box. Let me know that you're with me. I had a conversation with Pratt today, Larry. Who else is with me? Let's have a conversation, no problem. So we're just waiting patiently right now for a setup. All right, so we're pushing back to the upside again. This is why you don't need to panic when you're trading. If you miss your setup, just wait for the next one. I see we have some more of you guys joining us. Please feel free to say hello in the chat box. Let me know that you're with me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that whenever we have a live stream, you will be notified. Hit the like button as well, guys. Help out the YouTube algorithm. Anyone who's with me till the end of the live stream, you will get a vacation package. Right now, we're just waiting for a nice setup. So just to give you guys an example of what I'm looking for is I'm looking to see if they give us something, you know, like create a trend to the upside, just bounce, 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 bounce to the upside, and then we look for the break. We sell that off, okay? That's kind of what I'm looking for. It doesn't mean it's going to happen exactly like how I just drew this line, right? So corrective formations can take on many different forms, many different shapes. So far we have strong move up, right? We have a pullback, right? We could see something like this, like that, and then we get another pullback like this, right? If that happens, that's going to be considered to be a flat formation according to the Elliott wave theory. If that plays out, we can potentially see another push to the upside like this, which could get us here. Okay, once we get here, we will see what happens. We don't know if we'll get here in a strong move like that, like a strong wave. If it doesn't come in a very strong wave like this, and it comes weak, like that, hits here or doesn't hit there but breaks down. If it breaks down before hitting the A zone, we will target this level. All right, if it hits the A zone before breaking to the downside, we will have to recalculate our levels to the downside. Okay, so we will most likely, if we hit A and we break down, we may get a bigger trade to the downside. This one could also play out like this, where it comes like this, comes like this, comes like this, maybe comes back like this, and then comes here, right? So that's a possibility as well. Many different scenarios can play out. You need to be mentally aware of them so that you can be proactive. Sometimes it may cause you to miss out on some trades, yes, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. We have never too much. Okay, I think that's what you mean. What's good? I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. I'm really new to this. What currencies are you trading? This is not a currency. It is an index. It is the Dow Jones or US30. Okay. You're still with me, Nev? Remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Okay. Give the video a like as well. Let me know what you know about trading, or what you'd like to know about trading. Ask your questions, Nev. I will try my best to make this as much of a learning experience as possible. All right, so Nev, you're a beginner. You're very new. Okay. There are many retail methods out there. There is the basic support and resistance. There is a little bit more advanced, like chart patterns, like the flag, the rectangle, the triangle. Then we go into more advanced price action, where you look at the Elliott wave theory, where there are different type of corrective formations. So I would say, let me see. There are a lot of support and resistance traders that actually are successful, but not everyone understands how to use support and resistance the right way. Okay, so I would say understand the Elliott wave theory, but do not take it in its most literal form. Like, just understand that price action moves like that. The corrective formation and the impulse in the market. So the strong move. So let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. So this little move here, that would be a corrective formation. And then this little move here would be the impulse, right? Likewise, this is impulse, this is correction, this is impulse, this is correction, this is impulse, this is correction, this is impulse, all of this is correction, this is impulse, and this is correction here, and then this is impulse, right? That is how the price moves. Right now, you have price doing impulse, and it's building a corrective formation. And I drew this one in just a little bit earlier, and it's possible that we can get this type of formation, right? This is considered a flat formation according to the Elliott wave theory, okay? With us getting this type of flat formation, it could end up coming right back down to this level, and that would be an AB base pattern. AB base is not part of the Elliott wave theory. That is a different pattern that was discovered, okay? So if it creates that AB base formation, which kind of would lead you back to, let me just erase this, lead you back to this type of formation, which would be a wedge, right? So that AB base and a wedge is almost the same thing, okay? So this could be a wedge, and then the price just comes down like that to this level, okay? Or this could be a flat. This could be a flat formation where it does this and goes up to this level, okay? So the market makers, they know that you're looking for these types of formations. So they're going to form formations, and then they're going to change them. They're going to evolve. When you look at price, when you're back testing, right? When you look at price and you're back testing, you're going to see many different types of formation when you back test, but these are completed formations, okay? So that's why you will always find that when you're trading and you learn certain formations and you're trading, you will find that you will see those formations developing. For example, this one, 1, 2, 3, and you're expecting this move up, maybe to get to this level, okay? So that could change, right? And that could change, like right now, what are you seeing? The green bar, they're about to take it out, right? So since they're about to take out the green bar, they could just decide to come down to this level, right? But they're always going to try to induce buyers and sellers with liquidity so that they can create liquidity in the market, okay? So what could happen? You saw them pushing down, and then some traders are going to think, okay, the market's going down because they saw this aggressive move and they saw this wedge. So they're going to start selling. So the wedge traders, the traders who traded the wedge, like this, they're going to start selling, right? Let me just try to draw that wedge a little better. So the wedge traders, I'm trying to draw this. Okay, I'm terrible with this drawing tool. So the wedge traders are going to start selling, right? And that can cause the market to continue going down if the market makers decide to push the price down to liquidate buyers, right? But the market makers are likely to be trapping sellers, right? So they can just simply just turn this from here, turn this right back and bring this to the upside, okay? So that is why you don't really want to be hasty, but at the same time, you have to be proactive. So if you entered here to go short based off that wedge formation, your stop needs to be just above this level, okay? So in the event they do what they're doing now, bring in this back. If they come stop you out, it's no big deal. You know now that they're going up, so you can probably try to catch a quick one to the upside, make up that loss, okay? So that's also a possibility. So you need to be able to be proactive with how the market is moving. So right now they're trying to trap buyers and sellers. They're creating accumulation, right? So right now the wedge traders don't know if the price is going to be going down. The flat pattern traders are banking on the price going up, right? So whenever you see these corrective formations, they normally like to create them in such a way where the price can go in any direction, right? So I've found that creating a trend line and the break of the trend line is a good way. However, you will find yourself in some cases getting these fake breaks, right? So that is why I don't normally trade anywhere. You see, like this is the A zone. I'm looking to trade off this zone to this zone. Sorry, the C zone. I'm looking to trade from here to here, right? If the price does not go up to that A zone, that's not a problem, because after C, we have the D. So I'm going to watch to see what kind of corrective formation forms here, right? So I'm going to be careful with it. Let me just delete. I'm going to be careful with it. And I see this broke down. It is a nice opportunity to sell, but because I understand that we are still in a flat formation, I'm not going to sell. I'm going to wait, right? But if I do sell, my stop has to go just above here, right? So if I'm waiting, I'm going to watch, see what this does. If it does this, comes back here, creates this type of flat formation like that, then I say, okay, I'm going to sell this down to the next level when this corrective formation breaks, right? Because as of now, we are in 2 corrective formations that looks like 1 corrective formation, okay? This flat upside, okay? Remove that, wedge, downside, okay? So 2 corrective formations are in this, basically at the same area, and we have buyers looking to go up and we have sellers looking to go down, okay? So this by itself is creating a battle. It's creating accumulation in the market. The ideal scenario for me, if I want to sell this down to my D zone, I need to make sure that this formation is complete. So right now, I'm just going to put this like this, right? And that's what I'm going to look at. This is potentially my trend. And right now, just looking at it, it looks like they may want to give us this, right? So far it looks like that, but you can see that they're kind of fading the candle to the upside. So they're just creating that inducement, inducing buyers, inducing sellers, creating that confusion. So everyone is going sporadic, buying and selling, buying and selling. No one really knows where the price is going to go. Everyone is going to start assuming where the price is going to go. All right, so this type of move, if it comes and breaks down, then I'm going to be a little bit more excited to sell. Okay, and if I sell, my stop is going to go either here or my stop is going to go above here. Okay. All right, so I sold. Now let me try to put my stops in. I'm going to put my stop here just to reduce risk. And they're fading this move back to the upside. We'll see how it plays out. Let's see if they still caught me in that trap. My profit target would be down to this level. I need to see price push down. I need to see price push down, breaking out, confirming that breakout. Okay. And so far, so good. Did we break the low? It looks like we cracked the low. So if we crack the low, that's a good thing. Possibly we're coming down, right? So who won? So far, it looks like these wedge guys won. Okay, for downside. So far, it looks that way. So, looking good. And price action is so tricky that the market makers can still bring this back into correction. Like they can do this and then they bring all of this here, then they still bring this here, then still bring this back down. So these are things that you have to prepare yourself for because they could just create a lot of accumulation. Look, right now they're already kind of pressing back to the upside. Let's see if this is just a little bluff, because we do have this low here, which can cause the price to push back to the upside. Okay. Our stops are in. We're not going to be scared out of the market. We're just going to let it play out. I don't like the fact that we have a green bar here. That green bar says that potentially you can have a few more green bars. And it looks like they're doing this. Right? See how it gets tricky, guys? These corrective formations are accumulations. They accumulate buyers and sellers in these types of formations. So it gets really tricky at times. This one could still even go all the way back up here before coming down. Right? Now that they're showing this to the retail traders, right? So we could still have some retail traders looking to buy, right? And then all of a sudden, you just see the price just does this and comes right back down. That's because a lot of buyers come into the market. So if a lot of buyers come into the market, this is not going to go up. It's going to come back to the downside. Okay? So let's see. Do we have more sellers in the market or do we have more buyers in the market? If we have more buyers, the price has to come down. If we have more sellers, the price has to go up. So far, it looks like we have more sellers and that liquidity will be above this level and the price is going to go up. Maybe catch this level before coming down, or come right here around this level and come right back down. Okay? So if we have more buyers in the market, like a lot of buyers start jumping in, we have this level to take out. We have this level here to take out. So they're just going to just give them a U-turn, come down. So when you trade, have no fear. Okay? Have no fear. The more knowledge you have, the more of an edge you have. Okay? If you get scared, the two demons in the market is greed and fear. If you get scared, you're going to jump out of your trade early. If you get too greedy, you're not going to take profit when you're supposed to, or you're not going to cut your loss when you're supposed to. Okay? So right now they're accumulating again. So the board is open. It's still open for this move or this move to come back here. This move up, possibly come back. If it gets here, it's going to go down a lot further. If it does not get to that level, it's most likely just going to come down to this level. Okay? So we're just going to watch. We're just going to be patient. Allow it to play out. We're not going to race and jump in and do crazy things. We're just going to allow it to do what it's doing. Let it play out. Let it develop. We need to see the price break down from that level. If it breaks down from that level, that's going to be a good thing. It's going to increase the odds of getting here. Okay? And you guys can see, if I get this one right, it's almost like doubling the account. Okay? They're playing with us again. So this trade is almost like a 1 to 4 approximately. Just a rough average, 1 to 4. Or 1 to 5. All right, so they're pushing back to the upside for now. Let's see what's going to happen. Are they building this to come back? What are they doing? Or are they going to give us another wedge to come down? We'll see. What are they doing? So many variations in the market. You just need to take the highest probability setups. We need to see the price push down. Just push down, take out that level for us. Once we push down, take out that level, it's going to open up this level a bit more. Looking good so far. I'm going to try to draw in that corrective formation for you guys. I'm coming back to the chat box, guys. Just give me 1 second. Let me just try to draw in this little corrective formation for you. Right? So that's the wedge. Right? So the wedge won the battle. The wedge won the battle and pushed the price down. Now we need to see if this is going to create a bigger corrective formation like this. Like that, and then come down, or even get here and then come down. Okay? We need to watch and see. It looks like we are still in a bigger corrective formation. Okay, so let's go to the chat box. So our live trading. Yes, I'm live trading. I'm trying to trade this small account. I may not succeed on my first try. Okay, I'm human. I may make mistakes. I will miss trades. It's gonna, maybe sometimes it may, I mean, need to warm up a bit. Okay. Yeah, so this is a live account. Okay. No question is a stupid question. No question is a stupid question. Okay. You asked, what am I trading on? When you say what am I trading on, do you mean what platform? This is MetaTrader 4. The broker I'm using is 8cap. You can see that, I guess, at the top of the screen. It's 8cap. It's a real account. All right, so looking good so far. Price pushing down. We're not in the clear just yet. We need to escape the manipulation. All right, we're pushing down, looking good. I'm having a little conversation with my coder. I'm trying to turn my liquidity map into an indicator for you guys. I already have persons asking for it, so I want to make sure that I can deliver. So I'm trying to turn this into an indicator. Now, most of the tools that I create, a lot of coders, they just don't understand how to, do the things that I want them to do, but it takes some time. It takes some time. All right, so we're pushing down. Okay, so this trade looks like it worked out just beautifully. Okay. Now we just need to get to the D zone. Once we get to the D zone, we're going to look to jump out. We can shout, abandon ship. Just jump out of the trade. Okay. All right, I'm back at the chat box. Okay. We have Libohang. That's a different name. Never seen that one. Libohang says, why is it blurry? Refresh your browser. Oh, you said never mind. Okay, so I guess it's clear now. Nev says what? Say it again. I can't remember what I said. What did I say? What was I commenting on, Nev? Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, okay? Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit the like button as well. Help out the YouTube algorithm. The more you guys participate with me, the more YouTube is going to recommend the video, okay? Or recommend the live stream. All right, we're getting a little pullback. We're still at one of those critical areas where price could reverse. It's just below the C zone, which is, it's nice seeing it below the C zone. But the fact that it's pulling back at that level, we don't want to see it pull back too aggressive. We want to see it fold, just come back, maybe go sideways a little bit, then drop. Could be coming back to just retest this low here and then go down. We'll see. We have to watch and see how the price develops. Let me bring that C zone forward. Nev says about the brokerage account. Oh, this is 8 cap. You can see the name above here. 8 cap. It's 8 cap. 8 cap. I'm not sure if they accept American clients. You need to check that. Okay, so 1955. Let's try this. Do you use Forex, foreign exchange? You mean, do I trade Forex? It does not, to be honest with you guys, it doesn't make sense to trade. One second. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to trade everything that you see. Okay? Trade what you understand. So if you understand a certain Forex pair, then you trade that. However, I need you guys to understand that Forex moves very slow. So you don't necessarily get a lot of those directional moves often. Like I was trying to show a subscriber earlier on who likes euro dollar US dollar pair. My favorite pair used to be the US dollar euro dollar US dollar pair, right? But if you get a strong move out of that, sometimes you need to wait another week before you get another strong move. Okay? So you need to be aware of that as well. You're not always going to get that correction, strong move on a daily basis that would allow you to trade, you know, in a sustainable way when it comes to Forex. With Forex, you're looking at 1 week wait, the next week you get one trade in 1 day. And then you wait for another week, you get one trade. Okay? We have traders who like to trade the correction after the impulse, right? So those guys would be in a trade for sometimes an entire week, just holding, waiting, and then if for some reason something happens, the price spikes against them, they get stopped out. So it's always good to trade with the strength of the market. If the strength is down, you trade down, you sell. If the strength is up, you buy. Okay? So counter trend trading, that is more for scalpers. Okay? So you guys need to understand that. You can't swing trade against the trend. No, it doesn't make sense to do that. You can scalp against the trend, but don't swing or intraday trade necessarily against the trend. All right. So I'm just waiting patiently. We need price to come back, take out the low again. This is how the price moves, guys. You can see that. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's what we can expect, right? So we're just going to watch if it goes up, down, all that is expected, right? So we just have to watch and see what's going to be the best scenario that's going to play out in our favor, right? What are they going to do? Is it going to be, you know, a move that does not push up here and then pushes down? Or is it going to be, you know, something that just does this, this, this? Or is it just going to break down like that? Market makers are tricky. You just need to commit to your trade, okay? You will win some, you will lose some. Right now, this looks like this. It looks like that's the possibility, right? A bigger corrective formation. I can choose to jump out of my trade, walk away with the profits that I have, or I can choose to wait and see if they're just trying to make me jump out of my trade, right? Because they could just be setting me up to jump out. So then when I jump out, they drop the price down, right? They could be setting me up. And that's what the market makers do. They always try to set you up. So right now, it just looks like they want to push up for that next move to the upside. Let's see. Right, so this, if it breaks above here, they could actually push up and complete that, complete this move that looks like this. Right, they could do that if they break above that trend line. It's possible. So let's watch carefully. Let's see what's going to happen. Are they going to break above? So then what I'm going to do is just protect. Right? So I'm going to protect. Right? So we protect in the event that they want to try something like that. Just protect your trade. So this way, in the event that it comes up there, you get stopped out, you don't make a loss, you take a small profit or a break even. So this is all part of trade management, okay? And if it goes up, you look for the next move down. And it looks like they want to push this up. No biggie, let's see how they play it. Let's see how they play this out. We're going to get stopped out. It looks like we're going to get stopped out. It can look that way and then they just turn around. But let's see. We're very close to getting stopped out. But at least we protected our entry, right? And if we get stopped out, it's just going to be a small profit. And then we look for the next trade to the downside. And we got stopped out. Took a small profit, nothing much. No big deal. So now we wait. Right, so now we're going to watch this wave and we're going to look for the breakdown. Nev says, so it's not day trading with Forex like screen watch. What do you mean? What we're doing right now is day trading. Oops. All right, so I know potentially at this area, we could see the price turn again, right? So if it breaks down anywhere from around here, breaks down, I can look to go short again. Just going to make sure my trend line is not too tight. Let me try this. Let me just check this out. That's a possibility. All right. So if the price starts to turn to come down, I need to watch it break down this one, then this one, and then I can say, okay, possibly I could be in the clear. So we did seem to make a measured move. So this could be 1, 2, 3, like I showed you guys. We need to wait for some sort of confirmation. It looks like it wants to come back to the downside, but we need to wait and see. A break to the downside of the trend line could give us that kind of confirmation that we're looking for, right? So remember I showed you guys that possibility of this. It does this, and then it does this again, and then it comes back to the downside, okay? So we're gonna watch. We're gonna see if that's what's confirming. We're gonna watch and we're gonna wait to see if we can pull the trigger. It made the measured move, doesn't mean that it's gonna drop right away, but the odds are high because it made the measured move. Price moves in 3 waves and 5 waves. So we have 1, 2, this is 3, okay? Or this is 1, 2, 3, 4. One more up could make 5, and this is still 1, 2, 3, right? And then after it does the next push up, it could still make a little correction, then one more up, then drop, because this wave could be a 5 wave. So that's why you need to understand the Elliott wave theory so that you could understand the probabilities, the possibilities that exist. Okay. I don't want to jump in too early because it could just hit that trend line and just bounce right back up. The market makers are tricky. It could still come back, make a deeper correction, bounce off this trend line, go right back up. But I want to make sure I catch an early entry. All right, I'm trying to be patient with it. Let me just run over to the chat box. Okay, I feel retarded to this. You should do some tutorials for beginners on Forex. These other YouTubers cap most of the time. You don't respond back. No, they don't respond back. Okay, okay. To be honest with you, I prefer to do more of the advanced type trading, but I'll take what you're saying into consideration. I'll take that into consideration. Maybe doing something for the beginners. I'll have to put something together. All right, so they're kind of inducing us over here. Let me see. It's not looking very encouraging to go short, but we did break that trend. So I'll take it. Let's put our stop in at that level, right? We don't want to have too much of a big stop. All right, so our stops are almost basically back to where it was before. So they came very close to our stop, probably looking to, you know, grab that liquidity to push down. There is a possibility they could still come back to grab that and come down again. Let's see how it plays out. If it goes sideways, gets closer to this trend line could be the one that supports it back to the downside, right? Resist the price from moving up. But let's see. Okay, pushing back up a little bit aggressive. Too aggressive for my liking. Okay, so it looks like that may have been a trap. That's why I have this trend line here. Once they're above this trend line, they could still go back up. So let's see if they don't come back to that stop and they continue going back to the downside. They look like they want that stop. I'm going to move this stop away just a tad bit. Let's bring it above that level. Right? So it's outside of that trend line. This trend line could hold the price and push it back to the downside. So we use this high. Instead of this one, let's use this one. Profit target down to this level. We need to see price push down. And guys, these corrective formations are so, how can I say, so manipulated that this thing could do this, come here, break the high, and then come down. That's still a possibility, which means it will get to this level and then still come down. So that's still a possibility. Doesn't mean it's not going to come down. It's how and when and what formation it wants to create before it comes down. Because remember, they're looking for liquidity, right? So they're going to hunt for that liquidity. After they get that liquidity or accumulate that liquidity, then they're going to move. So right now they're pushing up. So they're accumulating liquidity to the downside, right? When they were going down, they were accumulating liquidity to the upside, okay? So when they were coming down here, like this, they were creating a liquidity above here, accumulating liquidity above here, right? Now that they're going up like this, they're accumulating liquidity below here, okay? So let's watch and see what's going on. If we have more liquidity down here than up here, they're going to come back here first. And that way we can get to this level. If they have more liquidity above here, they're going to come here, then go here. So potential corrective, potential corrective formation. Possible for that move is possible. This one is also possible. Right? Many different variations. So we need to be careful in the markets. We need to understand what the possibilities are. Okay, so far, possible, at least to this level, and then we'll watch to see what happens here if we break down to get here. Okay, let's see. It's a waiting game. We just need to have patience. If they really want to liquidate sellers, they may bring it all the way to this level. So that's a possibility, or just maybe come above here, go down, or just come above this level, then go down. But this, if they're going to go up, this is a very likely area that they can go to. If they're going to go down, this is the area that they're going to go to. Okay, they're going up. All right, so we're going to get stopped out on that one most likely. So once we hit that A zone, that will reset our waves, our liquidity map. I could have put the stop above this level, but that's just going to make my risk too much. So I may as well just take the loss and then look for the next setup. Okay, so we got stopped out. No problem. We're going to wait, see if we get to this liquidity map zone, and then we're going to go again. Our next trade, providing that price does not choose to continue moving up. If price chooses to continue going up, when it gets to this level, instead of reversing, it's going to go sideways. Okay, never too much. Wonderful. All right, remember guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button as well. Help out the YouTube channel. Let's try to grow as fast as possible. All right, so we didn't make this, well, we kind of did make the measured move, but they showed us that they did not want to go down on that measured move. They created a correction. They pushed the price back to the upside. That's okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5. We'll see how this plays out. So we're in that waiting game again. So it definitely looks like we got caught up in this one again. Trying to go short. Try to catch an early entry to try to reduce the risk. Looks like they really want to get to this zone. So if we get to this zone, we'll look for another short, providing that we break the trend line. I looked for this short with the break of this high. Most likely we're going to get stopped out on this one. Doesn't look like it's in our favor at all. Okay, definitely going to get stopped out. We got stopped out of this one. We're going to wait to get to this level, and then we're going to look for shorts again. If we don't get shorts, we're going to see if it goes sideways, and then we look for longs. We have officially hit that A zone. We could see this type of move that I told you guys about, where the price did this, and potentially wants to do this, right? So 1, 2, 3 down, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Okay, so that's a possibility as well. So if we have too many buyers, it's not going to do that. It's just going to create another correction and come down deeper. And this would have been all of the correction over here. Okay, so we need to be careful with it. SPY showing signs that price may actually dip. That's a daily. Yeah. The same pattern. All right, we're just going to wait patiently, still looking for that sell. All right, guys, so we're just waiting for a sell setup. We just got to an A zone. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like the video, help out the YouTube channel. Remember, anyone who is with us until the end of the live stream will get a vacation package. Feel free to ask any questions you would like in the chat box. I'm waiting for this price to start to turn around. Okay, this could still be just a little pullback for more upside, or it could start dropping from here. Okay, it looks like it wants to start dropping. So let's sell this one. Just an early entry. I'm going to put the stop above the A zone. Let's see if this A zone is going to hold and push the price back to the downside. Let's see if this is going to hold. If the price is going to drop, we could drop substantially. So I'm going to have to prepare for that one in the event it decides to go down. Remember guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like the video. Let's see how this trend holds. If this trend does not hold, it breaks to the downside, then we're going to watch this one to see if it breaks down. Once we break down from these two trend lines, we should be clear for getting to this level here. That's going to be an A zone down. We're at the trend line now. It's bouncing. All right, so we're just going to watch, see how it plays out. Okay, it's pushing back to the downside. We could potentially come all the way down to this level. It's not going to be smooth sailing. It's going to be down, correct, down, correct. We could get some sort of movement like that. So we'll see if it starts to break down. If it starts to break down, that's the level that we're looking at, right? As our ultimate profit target. We'll see if we are able to get there before the day comes to a close. We're at the trend line. Let's see if we are able to break through that trend line. Then maybe break through this one and continue coming down. We're bouncing at the trend line. The trend line is offering support to the price. We need to break through that slanting support. Okay, looks like the trend line is holding right now. Let's see how it's going to play out. We have our stops above the A zone. Normally price would come, hit the A zone, pull back, come back, hit the A zone again, and then drop. Okay, let's see if we don't break through the A zone, we could be coming back to the downside again. And this is just that bounce. All right, we're pushing up. Definitely bounced off that trend line. Didn't get that break. Let's see what's going to come next. Getting a deep correction. Seeing this bar close green on the 1 hour time frame is not the ideal scenario. So I need to see this bar close red. So I'm looking for this bar to fade off to the downside and close as a red bar. Or if it closes green, the next bar fades it off to the downside. We have about 15 minutes left on this hour. We need to see the price start to fade this bar. Getting a little bit of a move to the downside. However, a gap was left behind. That gap need to be filled. It was filled. Great. So let's see if we continue moving down now. Trend line rejecting again. And see if we're going to break down from that trend line. Got a bounce at that trend line. We need to see price break down from that trend line. We're approaching that last part of the day, the afternoon session, or should I say the afternoon segment. We have 10 minutes left. This 1 hour bar is still green. We need to see that green 1 hour bar get faded away. If that bar gets faded away, we could see more downside. All right, so that trend line is still holding. Getting a nice little rejection. Let's see if it has a follow through. Okay, so far no follow through. We still have about 7 minutes left on this 1 hour bar. It shows no sign that it wants to be fitted off. Finally getting a sign of a wick, a potential wick that is. We need to see price fade this bar aggressively. We have about 6 more minutes. Getting a little sign that price may want to start pushing to the downside. We need to see that trend line break. We're getting a little sign that this, okay, so the trend line broke, but then we bounced. Let's see if we're going to continue pushing down. We still have the next trend line to think about. Price needs to come here and break down. We need to see price move down faster. Price needs to pick up some speed. Speed to the downside. Come on, price, let's go. Downside, let's dump. Right now we're selling, guys. I took my sell entries a little bit too soon. Just a tad bit too soon. However, so far so good. It doesn't look too bad for that downside. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Hit that notification bell. Like the video. Help out the YouTube channel. Right now we're in a sell looking for downside. We're looking for approximately 32,957. Looking for price to come down to that level. This pattern here looks suspect for another push up. Hopefully this is not going to be the pattern that forms. It's starting to look like it is the pattern that formed. Oh boy. The market makers are playing a number on us today. If this is the pattern that formed, we could be moving up maybe even to this level. If it's going to fade, it's going to come down to this level. Let's hope that's just the trap for the buyers. I think this is the second time for the day I'm seeing this formation. We had that formation right here. A slight variation of it. This one was a running flat as well. It didn't break the high, broke the low. We got this, but made us think we want to go up, but it didn't go up, it came down, right? And this one, it's basically doing the same thing, just that it broke the high. So this one may be making us think they want to go up, but they may actually just go sideways and come down. All right, looking good so far. Let's see if we continue to drop. If we continue to drop, this is going to be good. We need to fade off that 1 hour green bar. Fade it completely off the chart. If we can fade that 1 hour green bar off the chart, it's going to open doors for us. We need to come outside of this trend line so that we can come down to this level. Market makers are not making it easy on us. We want to see this price stay sideways and then break down. That can potentially get us that breakdown from that trend line. If we get the break of that trend line, that would be great. Break of this trend line, come down to that level. That would be wonderful. There's a possibility when we get to this level, it may not stop and correct. It may actually just keep going through it. Like just come down and just keep going through it to the next level. And then maybe give us a small correction, hit the next level. I think there's a possibility that if they fall past this level, they could fall hard. Still moving sideways. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. Price pushing back to the upside. Looks like we're getting this corrective formation that I spoke about earlier. 1, 2, 3, up. All right, so they got us caught on that sell side, and they pushed the price back to the upside. We're still inside of this liquidity map zone. Let's see if this push up fades to the downside. If this is just one complete wave, that would be good. As in 1, 2, 3, and this is 4, and then this is 5. That would be good. Could be coming right back down. See how it plays out. We're at a critical level now. We can either get stopped out or price can reverse. And it looks like price wants to stop us out. And we got stopped out. So it looks like price may want to go to the upside now. It looks like in this part of the day, we may see price continue moving up. Let's see if we get another correction and try to see if we can go long off that correction. So basically the predictions that I had earlier, they came to pass. The prediction was price may come back to give us one of these waves, either this short one or this longer one. It looks like that's what we're getting right now.